So here's an update on a car I haven't had out in a long time. It's my '79 Malibu Wagon. Basically, here's what happened to it. The last few videos that you got a lot of hits, these things seem to be pretty popular, and then the car just kind of vanished. The TH350 in it actually blew up. For a while I thought that I was getting wheel hop issues, because every time I would go around a corner, when it would shift, the rear would start hopping. Turns out there's actually something going bad in the transmission. So on the way to the one Sloppy Mechanics dyno day, the trans just puked and lost first gear. Next time I went to start it, had nothing. No reverse, no gears, nothing at all. So I put a motor in a guy's Monte Carlo SS that he had. And as part of the payment, I got a 200 R4 transmission that was from his old Monte Carlo. Now the car, the trans came out of only had 45,000 miles on it. So I put it in, figured it would work. Before I put it in, of course, I checked it, changed the fluid, everything was clean inside. Well, it turns out that trans was junk. Upon further inspection, the first and second gears were glazed and the band was shot. So it sat for another year or so, and then I had someone rebuild the transmission. Now it has performance clutches, shift correction kit. The last time I installed it, I put a TCI lockup kit in it. So now the car has 200 R4, so it has overdrive. For those of you who don't know, the 200s were in a lot of these G-bodies, the higher end ones like Monte SS, Grand National, T-Types, Hurst Olds. Basically a 3-speed with overdrive. Other thing I did to it while it was apart, put a proper blue column in it because the last owner had a kind of puke green column in it, and he had a chopped down shifter and the key worked backwards, so I fixed all that. The shift indicator works right now. In the meantime, the interior got moldy and disgusting, so I'm going to have to do something about that. That door panel should be blue, and the mold kind of did something kind of disgusting to it. So I guess it's the moldy booth right now. Kind of smells wretched inside. I'm going to have to get a new carpet for it and, I don't know, disinfect the rest. The motor is also filthy from sitting, and the mold expands to the radiator hoses and a lot of the other engine bay. I have to pressure wash it or something. But this is a 260 horsepower GM Performance Parts crate motor. At the time, these things were selling for like $1,500, what was put in the car before I bought it. So this motor only has about 5,000 miles on it. It's stock except for the camshaft. I put a slightly larger cam in it. I think it was like a 440 lift. Edelbrock Performer EPS intake, Edelbrock 600 carburetor. But I'm kind of losing some power because I put exhaust manifolds on it because I don't feel like dealing with the shadiness of headers on a daily driver. Burning up spark plug wires, leaking, all that. Manifolds, you put them on, you're done. You don't have to worry about them ever again. At least on these years. It has a radiator from Monte SS in it, 4-core. The AC is still missing. I have most of that stuff. I'm going to put it back in. This is going to be the next phase of the project here. So yeah, about all you'll see under here. Here we go underneath the car. There is the 200, and this is the cross member that I actually made out of the old one. I notched it, re-welded it in a few spots. I had to flip the pad where the trans mount goes from the front to the back, and then clearance the rear of the pan and the trans cross member there. But it worked out really good. It fits perfectly. Better than buying a $300 custom cross member from like Jegs or Summit. The exhaust system's a Dynamax 2 1/4 kit for these cars. The mufflers are Thrush welded. They're basically Flowmasters, but they're $40. They sound exactly like Flowmasters. I don't have an H-pipe or anything in it. I'm kind of happy with how it sounds, so I probably won't put anything in it. You can't really see it. Maybe you can. There we go. That's the TCI lockup kit. Plugs in there. It has a vacuum operated micro switch, so it detects that you're not under any kind of serious load. It just kicks in the lockup once you're in overdrive. Now the problem with a lot of these Where the problem a lot of people have with these TCI kits is the lockup kicks in like the second that you hit 4th gear. And it only bogs the motor. So what I did was I put a little micro switch here on the dashboard. Just put it to a relay, inline fuse and everything. So I basically run with the lockup disengaged in town. And then if I hit a highway where I'm going to be going for a prolonged period of time, I just hit that, flip that on, goes right in the lockup. And we'll see what kind of fuel mileage it gets. Here we can start it up now that the key works nice and easy, or not. There we go. Turns over like a brand new car. That's the nice thing about these Edelbrocks are they, on a stock S350, they run perfectly. And you can see here the little SOB just lights up, let me know it's on. Won't hurt anything because it doesn't even engage the lockup until it's in 4th gear. There is a way to wire these where you can engage them in every gear, but I don't really see the point of that. Now, like I said, the interior is pretty moldy. Give you an idea what the mufflers kind of sound like here. So it sounds pretty good. I'm taking the car in for inspection in a few days, so I'll be daily driving this thing again very shortly. And then we'll see where it goes from there.